Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more.
Hey guys, welcome to BTech. Basil here with a pretty over-the-top speaker comparison. We have an HTC One M9, a Sony Xperia Z3, Z3 Plus, Z5 Compact, Z5 and a Nexus 6. We have all of these facing our DSLR. We're not using our DSLR microphone. We're using an external microphone. It isn't professional grade, but it is going to be better than that of the DSLR. In addition to that, I'm going to be measuring the sound levels on a Huawei Ascend S. Has stereo microphone, so it should do a decent job of measuring that. Going to be holding it pretty equidistant, moving it along as we go through this speaker comparison. Top of that, few key points. All of these are set to full volume. HTC One M9 is set to music mode, not theater mode for the audio. Also have an iPhone 6, so we can play it every now and then to give you an idea of sound, but it would be unfair to position it anywhere like those because it has a bottom facing or firing speaker, as opposed to all these which have stereo front firing speakers. Without any further talking, let's get to it. Change the playlist up a little bit. Now let's start with the HTC One M9. How about the Sony Xperia Z3? How about the Z3 Plus? How about our little pocket rocket here, the Z5 Compact? Let's find out. Let's see how the Z5 copes by comparison. So the Z5 has a less shrill sound than the Z5 Compact. Volume levels across all of them seem to be very similar, which is ace. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the Nexus 6 and then I'm going to side by side the Z5 with the One M9 so you can get a one after the other feel of how they go. So the Nexus 6 is the loudest. The Nexus 6 has the most roundness to it. It also has a lot of shrillness. There's just a lot of drive behind it. It's got the most room to create that drive, being a larger device than any of the others. I'd say still the HTC One M9 is maybe a little bit more enjoyable to listen to, but the Nexus 6 will fill up a room a little bit better. Now moving on to our next track, and I'm, like I said, going to side by side the HTC and the Z5. So got some channel.
Edit. 4, 3, 2, 1.
So what we've got there is we've got some real shrillness, potentially. HTC copes with it really well. How about Sony?
shake, flashback, chart, and edit. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good sound, not bad at all. I'm going to jump straight on. I'm not going to play that across all of them. I think pretty conclusively we're covered for those key kind of like poppy beats. Let's go on to some classical music. Okay, so that's super telling. These two throw sound at you. These four kind of really gently flow it your way. So as far as pure quality goes, I'd go with HTC and the three Sonys on similar level, with the Z3 kind of edging slightly ahead of the Z3 Plus. The Z5, not entirely sure where it stands from my impressions so far, probably between these two. But we've got more tests to do, so let's get some piano playing on here.
Don't play that song for me. Don't play that song for me. 'Cause it brings back memories.
That sounds great, and it's really interesting because the voices actually sound different across both of them. It's a lot more raspy on the Z3, maybe that has something to do with the added bass the Z3 has, whereas the HTC One M9 makes it a lot smoother. It seems to be a lot more flowy. Now we can move on to the Z3 Plus. Instantly, the piano sounds like it's being forced through a little bit more, less rounded.
Don't play that song for me. 'Cause it brings back. Don't play that song.
It's sad actually. The Motorola made Nexus 6 has the most kind of roundness, but it's also got the most shrillness up at the top as well. So that means that it kind of cracks out a bit up top in terms of volume levels. So it is the loudest and it has a lot of roundness to it, but it also has a lot of shrillness. It could have really done with some fine tuning, maybe even volume dropping to give a purer sound. Next song.
Music make you lose control. 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 Music make you lose control.
Yeah, the Z3 Plus is more muffled, more muted than the Z5. So definitely 100%, the Z5 has better front-facing speakers than the Z3 Plus. And worse front-facing speakers than the Sony Xperia Z3.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
And in terms of volume, categorically, the Nexus 6 is the loudest, followed by the HTC One M9 and the Xperia Z3 and the Z5 Compact. Those two are probably the quietest of the two, and the HTC One M9 with bassier songs is even quieter still. Last song. In fact, I can move on pretty quickly. HTC One M9, classical music, just wipe the floor with those two. You could hear all the individual instruments come in with the One M9, which you couldn't hear, especially with the Z3 Plus, but also with the Z3. And that's our speaker comparison done and dusted. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly play you the iPhone just so you see what a difference front-facing speakers make. Just that last track. While you do have the volume, you can hear it cracking from the get-go. So that's a conclusive rundown as to what you can expect from the Z5 and Z5 Compact. In a nutshell, HTC One M9, best for clarity, best for classical music, and potentially opera too. Z3, still the Sony champion as far as audio goes. Z3 Plus, probably the worst of the bunch in terms of audio. Z5 wins out over the Z3 Plus, and the Z3 Compact is a strange little child. It's small, there's a lot of oomph behind it, and it produces a lot of sound, but it sometimes doesn't quite have the polish of its bigger counterparts. The Nexus 6 is the loudest phone on the block, although occasionally, when it gets too loud, it does forget about its quality a little bit. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that thumbs up button. If you like BTech in general, subscribe. And if you've got any questions about any of these phones, fire them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching BTech. Micro SD and a micro SIM slot. So this is going to be expandable by 200 gigabytes, which is mightily impressive. 32 gig onboard memory, 3.5mm headphone jack. This is going to also be compatible with a set of headphones that Sony is going to be releasing, which allows for both digital noise cancellation and high resolution audio, all at the same time. Around the back, it's a new camera sensor, 23 megapixels. What's really awesome about this is that it combines a new focus system with a range of other things to make it a